the LAPD's jurisdiction. We'll see if LAPD gets involved in the pursuit or just allows the CHP to continue through their area. But at this point, the vehicle heading back towards the 110, it's got a ways to go to get back to that freeway. We'll see if that even happens. But at one point, we understand the passengers or the driver were flashing gang signs, as according to
that's
the,
good.
CHP that were
flashing gang signs at the police in LAX airspace. Ladies and gentlemen,
do they hop out on the freeway or when they exit
we have a chase. It has been a minute. Welcome back.
It was definitely on the city street, so
welcome in. Almost got the chat up here.
We don't know if there were any
torn up front left Dodge Charger.
Look at the speeds. This guy's going
a gold Dodge Charger.
Pretty big bumps there at every intersection.
I said black Dodge Charger. I'm sorry.
Definitely to get away.
I don't want to lie to you guys. That is a gold Dodge Charger. Okay, got the chat loaded up. We are in near LAX, so it's in and out with coverage. Welcome back.
Yeah, he was definitely
not pulling over anytime soon. Damage to the front left. 5:51 p.m. on a Friday in Los Angeles. That is a ripe time for a police chase. Prime time police chasing. Friday afternoon.
South LA neighborhood is slowed down.
What's up, Notre Gang? Welcome back. Welcome in.
Just moments
in a minute. I think we're going boogity on this. I don't think we need to be worried about a 60-second chase here. Boogity. Let's go chasing, everybody. Reset once again. Harvard Boulevard. In the, let's call it like West Compton area near LAX. Gil Levis in the air. KTLA and Sky 5. We've got choppers all over the place. KCAL, NBC, ABC, everyone above it. That one dude plus S. Oh, everyone that's subscribing. Sorry, I don't want to go through absolutely everybody. But thank you for resubscribing to the channel if you did today. Much appreciated. Maybe we'll get a chase longer than 60 seconds. If you're just joining us, this chase was flashing gang signs at the police. Don't know what the want is just yet.
But this is going around in this neighborhood in circles at this point. And he's not stopping.
Clout chase. That would qualify as a clout chase.
Gal on the skateboard. Gil, do we have any idea what the want is? I know we picked it up on the 110.
Was it a blood or a crip? I couldn't tell you the difference. I'm sorry. But the front left is a little torn up there, but there doesn't appear to be any.
Possible stolen out of Hawthorne.
Stolen out of Hawthorne. Just blew through a stop sign there at a four-way intersection. Stolen vehicle is the want. Reckless driving, stolen vehicle, and blowing through many stop signs.
A couple of times here. Here we are on the eastbound exposition.
Yes, West Compton, LAX.
Trying to make a decision there on that intersection, but continuing eastbound on Expo. Now, we do know that just before you came to us, about a minute or two before we went live with this pursuit, there was a white Camaro that was getting involved in the pursuit somehow. The CHP wasn't sure if they were assisting the driver or trying to stop the driver.
Here we go. We got another one of those.
Camaro, since they mentioned it, but here we are in
a fleet.
Traffic. Well, this gives us an opportunity to look.
Call in the cavalry. We've seen some chases recently with some help.
Units directly behind the vehicle.
Crutch Pets just converted from a Prime sub to a Tier 1 sub. Thank you for that. I've never seen that before. Thank you to everyone else. Beware of spam, Honey Bear Road 25, everybody else that continues to subscribe to the channel. It will prevent you from getting ads, which will be en route to you shortly if you are not subscribed to the channel. So you've been warned. Laugh at everyone that complains about the ads in the chat. Kayoka and DJ Ryerson, Chief of Staff, they're not going to save every single person.
So at least one unit there, about a little less than a quarter mile behind the vehicle. And we'll see if
so units are in pursuit. It's a 3-star chase. Reckless driving. Possibly a stolen vehicle. That's a gold Dodge Charger. And we're on Expo Boulevard right alongside the E-Line. That is your light blue Metro train.
Gender on the passenger there. Let me. We had a chance
go next, freak. G Conway 612.
We'll try once again here in just a second. But again, we do know
excited.
Driver, one passenger
think
bailed.
Utah fans should be very happy they have an NHL team.
I thought I saw a passenger in the front seat, but we'll see once we get a better location on it. Here we go.
Okay, so we're hearing.
Yes, Zoo, that is a Dodge Charger.
Is in pursuit.
Do you know cars?
Overhead and,
chat, tell that gentleman he's asking that's not a Dodge Charger. We know cars here. That looks like a Dodge Charger to me.
Now, are they kind of hanging back a little bit because
No
this
bets on the
is,
Heat
you know,
today.
these are city
Only
streets
bet I
and they
made
don't
today
want
was
this
on the
guy taking
Philadelphia
off again
Phillies.
like we saw a few minutes ago? I mean, jeopardizing lives.
Yeah, the original reason the CHP pulled off of it was because
Doing circles
once it got
around
on
this
surface
block,
streets,
which would be the
initially
first
off the
sign of a
110
cloud
freeway
chase.
northbound,
Going to get the whole block involved. We're going to start to get people on the sidewalk. However, cloud chases are ripe for spike strips. If you stay in the same area, you can let the unit start to establish a perimeter and start predicting corners they think the chase will go to. And you'll see some spike strips pop out in the middle of the street to try and slow this chase down.
Male passenger that bailed out of the vehicle. So I'm hearing them talking about keeping an eye out for that suspect that bailed out.
Okay.
So we had an ejectocito
Ejectocito
before. Oh wait, I want to hear this. They were making gang signs. That's an intersection. That's a solid red light.
Maybe that Camaro was trying to race
D Miles B, Joe Sming. What's up?
Yeah, that was before the Camaro got involved.
Appreciate you subscribing. Little white Dodge Charger.
And it was after the
Who wins the
collision with
championship
vehicle
first? The
on
Utah
freeway.
hockey team?
From
I hope
what
they
it
call
sounded
it
like on
the
the
Utah
scanners
Hockey
was that
Club.
this vehicle rear-ended
I loved
a
the
car
Washington
on
football
the
team. I thought that was a great
110
name.
freeway
Utah
around
Hockey
PH,
Club.
and they were
Be the
sending units to check on
the only
driver
NHL
of
team that doesn't have a
vehicle,
mascot.
But, it was right after that the CHP
We continue to
noticed
blow
that
through
the
solid
driver
red lights,
or
by the way.
passengers were flashing gang signs out the window.
Gosh, there's been a lot of activity with this one car here. So we have
You know what?
this.
At
Ryan
Ryan Smith is busy right now getting that team there. But feel free to add him on Twitter and say,
half hour ago.
get Wob
I would
involved.
say at this point about
Trying to talk
almost
to him
a half
about
hour ago, yeah, and
being a part of the
has been
rollout.
ongoing ever since. The airship
But he's
has
a busy
not lost
man.
sight of the vehicle throughout the entire pursuit. So that's good news. They've been able to keep an eye on the exact location of the vehicle, where the passenger bailed out.
Still circles
And,
here. This is not
unfortunately, when
Utah.
they're covering
We are
the
on Juliet
pursuit
Street
like
and
that,
Adams
they will
Boulevard
watch
along the
passenger
Expo line
bail
here
out
in
and
what I
get
believe
the
to be
location
is
where
just kind of
that person
south
bailed out.
mid-city
But then
Los
they lose
Angeles.
track
We're
of
coming
it
to a
because they're staying off
stop,
the
but
car.
it
So
doesn't feel like a
that,
stop.
passenger that bailed out
There's a
was
blue
last
Dodge
night.
Charger sticking its nose out of that driveway. I thought that might be a... Oh, here we got people on the street.
Into a driveway, maybe an alleyway.
Driveway.
Nope, in a reverse course.
Nope.
It looks like something's dragging on the right side of the
Fender's
car,
dragging.
by the passengers.
Yeah, it's like the stripping on the side of the door, and it's been dragging since we've seen it. Now, that might have been a location where the driver is familiar with, that he pulled into that alleyway and then backed out. People in the road there that may or may not
I'm
know
telling
that
you,
they
he
seemed
stopped.
like they were,
He slowed down
waving
to
or
kind of
signaling
follow that
the
blue Dodge
driver.
Charger. I feel like they're in cahoots.
Confused. But here he is in the middle of the road.
I feel like that blue
There's
Dodge Charger that
Adams,
just made a right
through
turn is in
Adams,
cahoots.
and
I'm
continues
usually
northbound,
right with my
getting closer to now the
chase
10th freeway.
intuition.
Yeah, a dangerous pursuit here on the streets, on the surface streets of South LA.
Skid
going
044,
around
appreciate you,
in
my
every
friend.
single direction you could think of. Just trying his
Oh, I
best
got
to-
choppers
to
overhead right now.
Elude authorities, but we have
Can hear 'em.
airships over him. Right now,
There goes
it doesn't
one,
seem
yeah.
like we have
Headed south.
a black and white directly
Welcome to Los
behind
Angeles.
him, but definitely we have eyes on him as he's making his way through South LA. There was a collision on the 110.
And right on
That's why you
cue,
see
there
front
is
damage
DJ
on the driver's
Ryerson,
side
our
there.
number one
It was
community
a big
gifter.
rear-ended
Everyone,
somebody on the
say
110
hello
freeway.
to the man himself
Again,
who
the
just
damage
dropped
there on
a
the
what
front
looks like a
end of the
10
driver's
tier
side
1
of the
sub
car.
bomb
Some
into the
flashing
chat. If you are
gang
lucky enough to
signs,
get one of those
reportedly.
W's in the chat
There was a passenger
for
in his
DJ.
car
Say
that,
hello to
bailed
our
out
most
on
generous
58th
gifter.
Street wearing red shorts. They've lost track of that person. So
DJ, how we
they're looking
doing?
for that-
Welcome in,
for
welcome
that,
back. Thanks for
that
joining
suspect.
us.
As this person is going around, it doesn't look like there's anybody else in the car. Driving erratically through
What's
the,
up, Jim?
South LA.
Watching a
area
chase,
and-
front left.
and,
Believe it or
really
not, still
just, driving
intact,
erratically
despite the
and-
look from
and
that angle.
going
If you were
over
just joining the
some of
chase,
these
you would figure
speed bumps,
that front
you
left
know,
is just
at
gone.
high
But the tire
speeds
is not
and
rubbing,
causing even
nor
more
is
damage
whatever
to
they
his
are
car.
dragging.
So
That
it's
could be
really only a
part
matter
of the bumper,
time,
the fender. But
before,
this Dodge Charger
you
has,
think that how
for the
much longer
past
could this car
almost 10
last?
minutes now, plus
Well,
another
and
15
I've
before we
been
went
having success
live,
staying on these
has been
city
just
streets because
cruising
we all know
along.
what, it's almost 6 o'clock.
3-star
6
chase on a
o'clock,
reckless
freeways,
driving,
Friday rush
stolen
hours,
vehicle
they are just chock
once.
full of cars. So I imagine it'd be
pretty hard for him to go back on those freeways and flee from authorities. Yeah, hearing that this chase broke out around 5:30, the want out of Hawthorne is a stolen vehicle. And at this point, you had a kind of a close-up shot from the front windshield there, and look at that. It appeared that it only looks like the driver. Of course, we can't really tell what's in the back seat because those windows appear to be tinted, don't they, Gil?
Super tinted, yeah. We can't see in the back. There was no passenger in that front seat. We thought at first there was a passenger in there. So it looks like so far just the driver.
Yeah, if you own this version, if you own a Dodge Charger Kia, it will be stolen in Los Angeles. Every chase. You can read about it on the internet. It is so easy to replicate the USB that starts these cars. They get stolen. Multiple get stolen every single day. Every time a stolen vehicle chase, it's a Dodge Charger Kia, the Kia version of the Dodge Charger.
At 6 o'clock, I'm Cher Calvin alongside Mary Beth McDade in for Micah Oman with Gil Davis in Sky 5.
People get in there with a screwdriver and a USB, and they put the USB in, and it starts.
South Los Angeles. This has been going on for about a half an hour now.
DJ, I said DJ Ryerson would not save all of you, but he is trying to prove me wrong as he just dropped 10 more Tier 1 subs. Those are real subs, too. Just dropped 10 Tier 1 subs in the chat for a bunch of you. Whether you got one or not, please thank our most generous gift community member.
Already rear-ended one car on the 110 freeway, has now made its way through Surface Street and has damage on the front end of the driver's side there, as you see, and is still trying to elude police as best as he can, but is recklessly driving through South LA. Gil Davis in Sky 5.
Nice setup. Oh, 6 o'clock news. That makes sense. Top of the hour. Oh my God, through an intersection. We're getting a little busier here, still on Adams Boulevard. 6 o'clock news hour. This is as prime time as it gets. We're on a Friday afternoon in Los Angeles where there is dark red traffic all over the map. Here's a bunch of left turns coming up here towards the intersection, poking our nose out here.
That someone's coming right at him, and fortunately slow enough to get through there. That person's going to have to hit the brakes, and then he's going to continue on westbound here on Adams. So very dangerous driving for this suspected.
Bones said DJ is Ryerson is secretly Genie Bust. Genie loves the police chases, by the way.
39th Street, got on Surface Streets, and then back.
If you're watching, Genie, hello.
Southbound, and then exited about 58th Street, got onto Flower Street, and then headed west. That's when one of the persons on board.
Risky business indeed. He's kind of abiding by the law, kind of not. Now, we can't see what's ahead of him, remember, because of the angle. So when he blows through stop signs, I'm hoping he knows that he has free passage in front of him. But the longer we stay in this area, word will get around Adams Boulevard that there's a police chase outside. You will start to see people on the streets, and they will have their phones out. They'll be posting to the TikTok.
Now, no word on that.
This is what they do in LA. The worst thing you can do is be on a sidewalk when they're doing 75 recklessly on the street, but people got to get their clout. So we'll have a clout chase. That's another intersection.
But there's some substantial damage to this vehicle on the front end of it. When we first got on it, we could see, and you can kind of see that bumper in the front as I come in tighter.
Airship overhead just flew by me going north away from the chase. Maybe it needs to go refuel.
Kia Soul with front end damage, and there's even some things hanging off.
Plus, SFC says going back to the Utah Hockey Club, the Nordiques announced the name Rocky Mountain Extreme, and then they were moving to Colorado. But the locals didn't like it, so they changed it to Avalanche. The process started in late May. I'm trying to get involved, man. Trying to get involved. Trying to gotta let Ryan know.
One crime after another.
He's got busier things to deal with.
In a hit-run accident on the 110 freeway by Gage, and now
they already sold out the building.
Over the speed limit, we've seen him at times just clearing those speed bumps as if they're not even on the roadway.
Back to the chase.
Gil, so I know at this point we have the. Is it a CHP airship or is it an LAPD airship overhead?
Who's my final choice? I'm dropping it. I'm dropping the bracket later tonight.
That sheriff's airship is pulled
People
up.
are.
I don't know if they were low on fuel.
It's gonna get some.
Eyes on if there's another.
It's gonna get some
helicopter here from
commentary. Put it
LAPD
that way.
that's tracking it. So we're trying to find that out at this point. But so far, this driver feeling pretty comfortable in lanes here. This is 7th Street, southbound on 7th. around Jefferson. And here he goes.
Haven't
against
seen many
traffic.
units
He's gonna go
lately,
around
have
that
you
traffic,
guys?
not wanting to
It's a
spend any
following.
more
It doesn't
time
really
there.
feel like a...
And then,
I may
gonna
drop
go
this to
left
2
turn
stars.
Onto Jefferson. Look at
Unfortunately.
that.
Yeah, and it's a busy time at
But
night. You know, 6
we
o'clock,
are
a lot of
a
people
journalistic
coming home from
stream. We
work,
have to
you know, making their way home,
abide by the law.
walking
It's a
on the
2-star
streets,
chase now.
crossing on those intersections, and we see pedestrians walking about. And he's just blowing through.
Yeah, it
these
feels like tracking mode.
intersections with
But
no regard
when they
to
zoomed
fellow
out,
bikes, as
the
you see
officers
there
were
as
about a
well.
block behind.
And driving on the wrong side of the
DJ,
road,
what-
split lanes, it's,
what is going on?
reckless driving for
10
sure.
more subs.
And you know, you're just
10 more
wondering,
subs.
you know, what's he running
Jesus,
for?
DJ.
You know, again, this is a possible stolen.
You are the man, my
out of
friend.
Hawthorne.
We appreciate you as
And,
always.
you know, there's also that what we've seen happen.
Did the tax
is
return just
we see
hit?
People wanting to come out and take video and photos of the pursuit in the neighborhood, and that becomes a thing as well.
God,
Once
this
they get
Bulls,
word,
this
there's
Bulls
one right
Heat
there.
game sucks.
Yeah, be
You know.
careful. It's a dangerous situation out there.
That is
You don't
one
wanna
busy
be getting
road.
out there and making contact. And we have been now seeing him circle in this neighborhood.
The building's
for,
half full, the
better
Bulls are
part of
terrible.
half an hour now.
No Jimmy
he,
Butler.
Got off the 110 freeway.
No DR
twice,
DeRozan.
And he seems to really like
Poking
this
his head out
neighborhood
here.
and
What's he trying to do?
trying
Make a
to
left-hand
talk about
turn?
this earlier,
Oh
that
my
they
God,
intend to
what?
go back to
Why?
the neighborhood that they know well.
That was so close.
Possibly looking for a spot that they can ditch the car.
Yeah,
and try to
I have the
make a
therapy
run for
thread
it.
up. I'm getting there.
Gil, are we seeing, is this now, is he dead stopped? Is there no way for him to get around? All those cars are coming in the opposite lane, so it doesn't look like he can do another one of those maneuvers where he goes in the wrong
Super-
lane.
Supernova, appreciate you. Okay, we continue on.
And look at this. He gets off that.
All that time just to make a left-hand turn. This is such a clout chase.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm here.
Wrong side of the road.
Right now. We're going to try to get a license plate on the vehicle, but right now, eastbound 36, and we'll see what the driver.
You got it,
decides to
Hoss.
do. I'm trying to get a look
Thank
out the
you for
window to
joining us.
see, if there's
I don't know
an
what
airship
you
over
just
this.
did, but it's all purple,
But
so thank you for
far,
whatever
not
contribution you
hearing a
just
whole
made.
lot from LAPD.
Jess, who is that? You too?
We'll see if
I
the
see you guys.
LAPD jumps on this because this driver's still driving erratic. Look at that move. Although it's through a neighborhood, but he's making that wrong.
Is this
side
a
of the road
one-way?
maneuver
I only
there.
see cars
I've
parked
seen
on
it
the
a couple
right
times
side of the
with
road.
running
Hopefully this
stop
is a
signs,
one-way.
running
That's
red
another
lights,
ran stop sign.
Wrong side of the road. We've heard this driver. We've seen the driver do that, but heard earlier on the pursuit. That's why the CHP pulled off of it, because it went the wrong direction on one of the major streets here off the freeway. So they decided to pull the units off because it's too dangerous to follow and let the airship track it.
Okay,
there
so we are in
units
tracking
behind
mode.
him At this point.
Oh, wait! There's a person walking!
Watch that pedestrian there. He did not get hit, but
Yeah, look-
so far,
That
no,
guy
on
just-
street.
that guy just
makes that
walking through the-
right-hand
he's not
turn.
gonna hit
This
me,
is gonna be
walking straight through the
Western, back on
crosswalk.
Western. So he's been on Western before. So we'll see. Yeah, this seems like
He walked that
familiar
crosswalk
area
like a
for the
boss.
driver, and looking for the.
Right,
you
I'm
know,
walking
maybe
over
like
here.
turn
This is
on
not New York,
that
but
street as
if this
well.
was New York, he
Yeah,
would have
the next
stopped
one
and
possibly,
gave him the
but stuck in some
gobble
heavy
go.
traffic out here right now, at least.
Aunt
Yeah, because
Thomas.
I know the first time he exited off that northbound
5
110
tier 1
exit
subs going
on
out from Ann
39th
Thomas.
Street, so
Appreciate
he does
you.
seem to love that
Seen you a
area.
couple times in here. We
And
got some pretty
now,
loyal
at any
community
point,
members,
Gil, do
which
they
I
ever
appreciate.
have it where they'll even pull the
Thanks for joining
airship
us.
off
Yeah,
of him
nowadays
because
in
he sees the
2024, there
airship,
are
and that
many,
may
many
also cause him to
police chase
continue to
streams
drive
that you can
erratically
watch,
and-
but
and
I know some of you have
obviously,
been watching for the
very
last
busy
decade.
South
So we put these
Los
things on
Angeles
Periscope.
this, Friday afternoon.
All those years.
Absolutely. The police will tend to.
We try and do our best around here. Call it down the middle.
Too dangerous. So if
We've just been very lucky that there hasn't been any sort of catastrophe ending, because nobody wants that. When we've seen speeds of 130 miles an hour, like,
we're not
God.
we're not over you directly, so there's no reason to be driving
Pure-
erratically. But this
Periscope
driver
days, the
continues to do so
meerkat days.
regardless. And this might be an opportunity for us to grab
Too
the
bad
license plates
they
and
ruined
take a
it,
look
because they
and, let the
Vine
news
is
know
back,
that
by
it
the
is
way.
your
Can you
plate.
believe Vine is back? No one knows Vine is back. Nobody cares because they ruined it.
But,
They ruin
again,
everything,
as we look
man.
at the license plate of the vehicle,
It's a shame.
we-
Oh, look at that snitch. It is a Dodge Charger Kia.
driver, he's backing up here. Let me come out of my lenses here. So,
So
that we
whoever's
can see what
Dodge
the
Charger
driver's
Kia
doing.
that is.
But it looks like he's not happy about turning there. So he wants
Jay
to cut
Peasy's
the
asking,
traffic or maybe make a
does
U-turn.
anyone remember the 383
Yeah, he's trying to
chase?
make
Look at that.
That was a
Wrong
legendary.
side
Oh, here we go.
Wrong side of the road. He is in
And,
no
yeah,
mood
he
to
probably
just
was getting
chill.
nervous
That is
today.
on lane number
They're
2 of the
sucked in
wrong
by
side of the
traffic
road.
hearing that
across a double yellow as we swerve through. Oh my God, playing chicken with
And he's
oncoming
running like
cars.
as if, and he's running as if he's got black and whites behind him. I mean, he obviously can hear the helicopters above him, so he feels like he's being
All right,
watched.
it's time for
He's
some Bulls
running
therapy.
as
Hold
if
on.
he is being pursued. So, but it doesn't.
I know you're saying it doesn't seem to make sense if it's just helicopters overhead and not police right behind him.
No
Is
sirens.
there any talk of putting down any kind of spike strip or anything?
That's what they should do if they're in tracking mode.
That would be great to
Yeah,
see that happen.
that's the
Maybe
best
it's
strategy.
Possible on these narrower streets to do that. The concern is, for the safety of the officers, if this driver's been driving erratic, it could be very dangerous for an officer to get a spike strip out there. We're hoping that would happen, but look, even though there's no airship over the pursuit at this point, the driver's still doing this. So sometimes that tactic works, sometimes it calms the driver down and the driver feels comfortable, and sometimes it doesn't matter. Like in this case, the driver's going to drive the way he's been driving throughout the entire pursuit, recklessly, wrong side of the road. Here it goes again.
20 minutes now, people. 20 minutes on this chase. We're on Martin Luther King Boulevard, riding the double yellow. This is one busy street down here. As you can tell, it's like 3-4 lanes wide. We are in the heart of rush hour Friday traffic.
Campus, is that where he is?
Yeah, Martin Luther King and Danker. Look at
Wait, who's going after those people crossing the street? Wrong side of the road. This is a 3-lane road that is practically a mini highway as we cut off left-hand turn right by the Coliseum and USC campus as we head out of West Compton, just south of downtown.
Yeah. And if you're just joining us, this police pursuit has been going on for about 40 minutes now.
Who said he went under the screen?
The possible want on this Kia Soul is a stolen vehicle out of Hawthorne. We picked it up when the car was, we were hearing it was on the 110 freeway northbound, exited on 39th Street, got back on, and headed southbound on the 110. Now, at one point, he was involved in
Normandy.
rear-ended a vehicle.
Normandy will take you. Oh my God! I almost got T-boned there. Barely got through that.
Waiting to hear how that victim is doing tonight.
That was a chase
also know
down.
that when he bailed, when he exited at 58th Street again, that a passenger bailed out of that car. We're hearing that suspect we don't know if it's a suspect or a victim, but was wearing red shorts. And at this point, we've been watching him for the better part
Y'all saw that? That car
half an hour
flying
now,
southbound.
going
As we make a
around
pass here, that
and
person did not
around
want to
in
get
this,
past.
South LA neighborhood.
Like trying to pass Ross
As we know
Chastain.
how these things go often. They like to go to neighborhoods that they're familiar with because they don't want to get boxed in down an alleyway or a one-way street or something like that.
They don't know. Yeah. They want to go to places that they're familiar with so that they can make the escape when it comes to that point, when they decide to foot bail in a place that they're familiar with. We see some damage here. If you look at this car.
Oh God, it was so close. Get through those intersections. Why are we pausing?
The car that happened on the 110 freeway earlier in this pursuit.
He just parked and waiting for that car to drill him.
Northbound 110 freeway. We also
right? I'm not crazy. That was close, right?
Some gang signs that were flashed.
Gang signs
during
were
this
flashed.
pursuit. And this is a possible stolen vehicle out of Hawthorne, as you mentioned, Mary Beth. And again, that collision on the freeway is what the result there. That's what the result is that front end damage there. He's been going around in circles in this neighborhood, going over speed bumps and flying over them and damaging the under part of his car, you would imagine. And I know when I've gone over a speed bump and not seeing it, it's done some damage.
I'm just impressed by this Dodge Charger that it's able to keep.
Over with an already damaged car.
Yeah, it looks damaged, but those tires are intact and the axles are intact too. The suspension's been great.
Going in the wrong direction against traffic, which is so dangerous, but he's been utilizing that to get away. And we are seeing there are a lot of people out and about in South LA tonight. We've seen them on scooters and bicycles and people walking around. So if you
over
are
here.
out and about, just be careful because you have this Kia Soul on the run in your neighborhood this evening. Very busy. It's warm outside. It's a pretty Friday evening, so we all want to get outside after working.
This
all
is where you complain about the ads. Yes, if you'd like to file a complaint, jeff.bezos@amazon.com or at twitch.tv. Both should work.
It's really a service for those people that live in this area, right? We want you to know what's happening in your neighborhood so that if you have somebody
Down on, oh, we're at Figueroa? We're all the way downtown right now then. So we are past USC. Oh, gas station. Are we gassing up? Look at the price of gas, $5.97. Come on, man.
If you're home, to lock your doors, to lock your windows, to make
Oh,
sure
God.
that
Look out.
you're
Brad, look
keeping your
out.
family safe. That's truly what
God,
this is about.
so
is
many
for your
times he's almost hit a
safety, because you
pedestrian.
don't
This is
know
what it's
if
like
this
walking
person
around
is
downtown, by the way.
armed.
Even if you have the walk
Certainly,
signal,
the way that
you're
he's
going like
driving,
this
he's
all the way,
dangerous.
every time across the street in downtown
The
LA.
motoring public is in danger at this moment in time, and so if you're heading in that direction, you are in danger in this area because you don't know with the way that he's driving, how erratic he is, what could happen. Especially with him driving on the other opposite side of the road and blowing through intersections and stop signs.
And Gil, did I just see? Is he trying to motion other cars? I almost felt like he is. Was his hand out the window? Is he trying to tell him, hey, get out of the way?
I think he's motioning to us. He waved at us. There's maybe as a gang sign or something. But here he goes onto the freeway.
Oh,
Back
God,
on the
freeway.
Southbound. Here's a look at the traffic.
Oh no, 110 southbound at 6:15.
Southbound towards Hawthorne.
This is, you can't pick a worse highway. Maybe the 405. Look at the traffic. Oh no. And there's PD.
Look at this. He's definitely
CHP's waiting for him.
definitely behind him. He's on the
We're
shoulder.
engaged.
This is what we
We're
heard.
right at like the Coliseum.
Well, it looks like he might have stopped under there. Let's see.
No.
Hey, David, can we go forward? It looks like he may have stopped under there and might be giving up. We're going to try to move forward.
No
here
way.
To see. I
Can-
didn't see him come out.
No way.
We're going to try to move to the south of it, and
You gotta be
we
shitting.
did see that unit get behind him, and it looked like he pulled over. We're going to try to get around.
There's no
A
way.
little bit more south here in a second. We
They
have some airspace
always
to,
pick
contend with,
the
but he's stopped
fucking
right under the
overpass.
bridge here, and it sounds like LAPD is making that stop right now.
Oh, and we hope so, and hopefully he'll just surrender because it has just been
There it is.
very dangerous. There he is.
There he is, right there.
Oh, good. It looks like he's out of
He's
the
out.
car. Oh, good. He looks like he's complying. His hands up. He's back. He's
They
up
always
on
pick the
ground.
overpass.
And as we've seen so many times, they'll be cuffing him. And of course, they also have to check out that vehicle and make sure that there are no other people in there. Because at this point, we don't know. Those windows have been too dark to really get a good look inside and see if there might be still other passengers in there.
Yes.
Little Patrick Starfish.
Hopefully coming to a peaceful end here on the freeway.
Not
on
code
the
4 just
110.
yet.
Yep, they brought in a second unit now on the freeway. It only took one unit to pull it over. The driver decided
Just
to pull over.
gave
Not
up.
sure why. Maybe he was running out of gas and figured he's not much longer in
He
this
quit.
pursuit to go, and just gave
This
up.
is
So
a
it's hard to
this
say,
is a
but one
quitter
unit
for
there,
sure.
LAPD getting
That was
behind
one of
him
the
on the freeway here, and the driver just stopped.
That
it
was one of the
and
worst
surrendered.
folds.
That's a good sign. They'll make a call out to the vehicle for anybody else inside to come out. Put their
Softest
hands up, and they'll
folds
put a team
ever.
together to go and check the vehicle, make sure no one's in there, and take that person into custody.
Oh, good. Because
Gave
this
up
has
like
just
the
been,
Bulls, someone said in the
very-
chat.
It's been a very dangerous, chase watching him go on those city streets.
He saw the traffic. He saw the traffic on the 110 and said, "Fuck this, I'm giving up." LA traffic
And
makes
over
criminals
till it's
quit.
overdue, right? So
Yeah.
I always want to see that
Those are
this
some funny
is
comments.
Fully
Saw the traffic on the 110. I'd rather be in jail
suspect
than be
is
on the
in custody,
110 at
and
6:18 on a
that he's
Friday.
handcuffed and that there's no one else left.
And they're just having him lay down there.
The public is safe, right? After
There's a Dodger game
last,
tonight, too.
45 minutes.
Oh, the 110. 110 and the 101
Everybody in
might be the
this
worst
neighborhood.
intersection in the world for traffic for the next 2 hours.
continue to increase. Gil, what are we going to see, Gil? What are we going to see here? Are they going to go up and put him into cuffs, or are they going to go up and search that car first? Bring us through the process.
That's a lot of police.
They should go up to the vehicle first to check it, make sure no one's in there with a gun or something that could harm an officer that goes to the driver.
We are not code 4. Hold your fours.
A team of 4 officers that are going to move around and check the vehicle. They're going to hold a...
Oh, God, they're moving in with a armada.
Check the side of the vehicle, that officer going down. They feel pretty confident that no one's in there right now, but guns drawn at the vehicle itself as they put the handcuffs on the driver here. And they'll do a thorough search of the vehicle to get all the doors open and check and make sure no one's in there. But it looks like the way they're postured there, that it's just the driver only.
Very good.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Well,
now you can drop your 4s in the chat.
To a police pursuit that began.
Whoa.
Possible stolen car at a Hawthorne around 5:30 this evening. Now ready to move on for some.
Gil Davis and Sky 5. Thank you.
Yeah,
good
the
work.
weather, sunshine
Where
night
is-
outside.
It's going to be a beautiful. It's going to be a beautiful.
Okay. Sorry. Sorry. The bus did. It just glitched and it went off the screen for a second and came back on. Can we watch the news? You know what? That's some of my favorite streams to watch. It's people watching the news. I love local news. For code 4, 2-star chase, reckless driving for a allegedly stolen vehicle who just gave up on the 110. The power of traffic in LA. We've seen so many of these chases at this hour, like on the 405, they go 70 miles an hour. I'm like, when does anyone get to the speed limit in rush hour in Los Angeles? And these chases always seem to find the roads that are wide open. You guys want the newscasters? Gotta go. No, I prefer they go back to the desk. Look at that beautiful weather. It was like 68 and sunny today. It's like not a drop of humidity or a cloud in the sky. How could you live anywhere else? Yeah, here's the weather. It's gonna be nice. Next. What else you guys got? Outfit matches the weather. Well, the choppers are in the air. And what do we always say here on Birds in the Air? Chases breed chases. Cautions breed cautions. Chases breed chases. Because we have all the choppers in the air, if there is another pursuit that occurs within the next 2 hours, they're going to get to it. Usually they have to get in, they have to launch. It takes them 30 minutes to get there, and by that time the chase is done. But it's Friday, and people have gotten paid, and everyone's getting weird. So Friday night in Los Angeles means there will likely be another chase. Well, I missed the streams where you watched old NBA games during COVID. They're still in this. Aren't they still here? Or did I do that on Twitter? I forgot. Yes, if you're still here. I assume you're already following the account. Do that in the event that there's another chase. Turn on your notifications. In the event there is a chase, you want to make sure you're in here because sometimes they don't last quick and the bust happens very fast. At Skywob Alerts on Twitter as a failsafe, as you will not be notified in the next 4 hours if you just only follow Twitch at Skywob Alerts on Twitter. All right. Fridays get freaky. Quick bust is embarrassing. Yes, that is embarrassing. Everyone's been there. Missed my stream in the gas station parking lot. That was quite the day, wasn't it? All right, guys. Till next time. I will see you on timeline. Oh, Sirius XM tomorrow, by the way. No show tonight. See you guys.